guess I can, since we're official on, and really probably like only 4 people have ever seen the behemoth.
The behemoth. So this is going to be good. So this is a demo of the uh, digital twin project that you've been working on for the last few years. You want to throw the folks a little background into what we're looking at right now?
Yeah, it's going to take a while.
Yeah, cool.
So let me.
I know when we first started talking about this, I was trying to do sort of a chronology of your and I involvement with this whole digital twin project. I'm thinking, was it 2022, 2021 that we started talking?
It's possible. We really started going dev crazy 2020. I mean, we started the journey like 2017.
Okay.
Obviously, a lot of learning. Because we went full enterprise mode, meaning we wanted to understand the source control. And we tried every source control out there, right? And then we learned by some Epic Games content or community share that Epic themselves were using something called Perforce. And so we built our own, Perforce server and set it up. And that probably took 20 revisions before we got it right. You know what I mean? Or right enough. I don't know if we ever got it right, but right enough. EOS development, right? Using their VoIP and in-game chat and
Gotcha.
User authentication and stuff like that. That was a wild journey of itself. What we're kind of good at is, with an open source platform, open source with royalty platform like Unreal Engine, we're good at making things do what we want it to do. But it's mentally harder for us to make other people's systems work.
Yeah, sure.
With the way that we want it or way that we envision if we don't. If we can't do it. But just even before we start running around, and like, Michael, what's up, dog? How you doing, man?
Michael's in the house. It's all good.
Bless up.
I don't think folks can really talk.
Chilling, right?
I don't know. Maybe they could. I don't know.
Yeah. Can you unmute or talk, or is it just us talking to you? We've never used this bevy before.
Yeah, we're on a new platform, this is Bevy platform. So we're trying to get a feel for it here. Right? We got a chat going on here.
But we're chilling and streaming from UnrealEngine.com.
All right,
that's as dope as it gets.
You can't get any fresher than that.
So
we're firing up. So we're firing up this project. So you guys built this in Unreal Engine.
Yeah, 5.3.
5.3, okay.
5.03.
Okay, yeah.
And it was born in 4.27.
Yeah, sure.
And that was a lot of lifting originally, as well as under the mega grant. Like, I always thought, like, any day they're gonna come check out our code base and see what we're doing.
Didn't quite work out.
Michael has a question. It's called Bevy. And Unreal Engine pays for it, and it's built into UnrealEngine.com, actually. So if you look at the URL you're at, all this magic is happening under the corporate sponsorship and love and affection of Tim Sweeney. Thank you, Tim, for the bills.
We appreciate that.
Yeah, much love. Hell, Tim. Yeah, right. Hell yeah. So anyway, just I'm going to recap before we get into this project. Michael, thank you. You've always been kind of a first responder and somebody in the community that's always around. So much love for always showing up, especially for the Detroit stuff that we're doing. We've been on hiatus really since COVID made everything weird, and we had some technical difficulties with the educational guys. Not wanting to go to, obviously in COVID you don't want to go into an office or a school or whatever, but Ben Blau's a founding guy of this channel since I took over. I first roped him in, and we did a couple of good events. The streaming was dodgy. I think Bevy hopefully will kind of solve that solution, and we'll see in the post productions. But Janie is an old time friend of mine. 30 years more, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, the 30s,
20,
30s,
20, you
30's
know.
good. 30's good, I think. I mean,
you know what is I mean, I knew you before 1996 on that flyer, but like,
yeah, it's
I
like
mean, we were doing Detroit Rave Commerce in 1996.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I don't know how many years that is, but it's been a minute.
Well, absolutely.
But
great.
So he started his dev journey not too while back in Unreal Engine, and it was just a natural for me to bring him in, just to the trust and clarity. But we want to be open to all community members, especially you. We're going to need people to help scale this thing, right? The group's been dormant for a couple of years, so I expect zero, and we did zero production and zero effort. We did not make a flyer, do a social media post, tell anybody. The only people that even, hello, Sarla, welcome.
She's back.
Are you guys able to talk or unmute, or can you only hear us?
We may need to go.
We're not going to make you present. Okay. Only hear. Okay. We're sorry. We'll see if we can change that in the future. We really want this to be an open, friendly, two-way forum, because we really want everybody to not only go, join us on their learning journey, but also input the community, and we'll go through all that. Yes, the app is Bevy, but it's powered by, or it's supported and hosted on UnrealEngine.com by our overlords that we love. So, so anyway, kind of keeping with the momentum here. The group's been hibernated for a couple of years, partly due to COVID, some technical difficulties, lack of attendance, and most 100% of the blame really goes to me as the community leader. My day job over the past couple of years has been wildly demanding, and I haven't had the time to invest. And so, but that changes now with Janie on my heels and on my 6. He's really going to kind of merge into the lead. And I'm here today to kind of show everybody and make a recording of kind of how we all got here, and to paint a very broad future picture where there's room for everybody to contribute, grow, and earn, and further their knowledge, career, kind of whatever you're after. We kind of have this get in where you fit in type of mentality. So we're always open for questions. Don't feel to interrupt. I'll be glancing over at the chat window every once in a while. If I'm talking too much, tell me slow down, or it's all love and all friends. Zero ego.
Good, brother. We're here for you.
And I'm definitely not trying to flex or brag. I haven't looked at this project, or what you're looking at here on the screen right now is a packaged EXE. So a fully compiled, C++ multiplayer Unreal Engine project that was funded by an Epic Games mega grant. And shamefully on me, I've never even showed this to Unreal Engine. I did what they paid me to do. I just never showed them. So if
that was a good time as any
team members here, like, call me anytime. I'll break the ice. But we made the thing. I'm not no scams. But anyway, so what um, humor aside, so this project is wildly complicated, overly complicated. And one of my favorite Tim Sweeney quotes, like some noob on Twitter or some people, and he probably just got sick of hearing it all the time. Oh, people are griping about like how hard Unreal Engine is, right? Or whatever. The learning curve is so steep. And Tim Sweeney summed it up in a beautiful reply to somebody one time, and I screenshot it, and it's just been part of my DNA ever since. He said, I apologize. I didn't have enough time to make it simple. You know what I mean? Or something to that effect. It was basically like, yeah, I know it's a beast of a software package, but I didn't have the time to make it everything is an easy button, right? Nice try.
So make everything easy, right?
Yeah, right. It. So I mean, and maybe who knows what the future holds, but they continue to develop modules and systems and subsystems that do make things easier. But what you guys are looking at right now is just and there's a PDF of more shortcuts, but if you can read the screen, these are just like this is not even a HUD, but like we'll say I'll hit the number 2. Let me mouse into it. So hit the number 2. So 2 turns off my lat longs. Oh, I'll back up a little bit. This whole project, while it's centered in Detroit and in nearby factories in downtown Detroit, there are submenus for Berlin already there, Tokyo, multiple cities, right, around the world. We've already created layers. Levels, sub-levels, but this is the whole. I'll just jump up.
Oh yeah, flying like Neo in the Matrix.
It's the whole world, right? Like as far as the eye can see, the people say open world video games. Well, this is open globe video.
I love it. You could fly to Southfield. You could fly to Grand Rapids if you wanted to.
It takes a long time, but you get there. You know what I mean? It's driving. It's about the same travel time as speeding in a car, or or maybe even. I mean, I can get up to. I'll show you guys a little bit when I really start running fast or flying fast. This speed level compliant will load up here. Let me see if I can't really. Let me see if I can pop my mouse out. I know there's a button for that. Yeah, that's it. I hit it right. So right up here, you can see this little paper airplane icon, and it says speed compliant levels will load. Once you start chucking down the road or flying about 200 or 300 miles an hour up above like 120, you get a little warning up there on our HUD, be like, hey, be careful, your levels may not load right. because aside from the level that's the persistent level of the whole world, there's sub levels, right? And so like the Warren stamping plant that we did for Chrysler is its own level, right? So, and I'll show you guys in a minute. We'll go to the factory first before we go downtown. But you can feel the chops and the legs when you go from level to level. And that's not Unreal Engine thing. It's we're caveman, unga bunga. Developer guys, and we could smooth it out. And that's another thing too. Once we open source this whole project and its code base and the HUD and everything that we're going to showplace today, and the new models, right, when we give it to the community, we hope that either locally or globally that there will be some people that their passion is optimization. If not, we'll have to roll up our sleeves and get to the polishing. But the overall arching of this project, again, we abandoned development on this around 2022. So this is almost 3 years ancient technology, right? But the vision at the time, and the Epic Mega Grant project name was Meta Factory. And I do want it to be known that the project was named and funded by Epic Games with the name Meta Factory before Mark Zuckerberg changed his company name. and when and personally when he
Right.
and essentially what our overarching goal was to demonstrate a real world working metaverse today, not 5 years from now,
Right.
not whatever.
Not in
And
the
so
future.
this is a real world usable, playable, global scale metaverse with multiple sublevels in it, from vintage 2020 21. And abandoned like this package build happened in like 22, maybe 23.
Okay.
And then we had to walk away for financial reasons. But there's well over $750,000 of dev time into this project that we want to give to everybody, right? Like, hey, it's basically a platform, if you will.
Yeah. Okay.
Go spend, to rebuild what we did. You're going to have to spend damn near $1 million just to be on the same game, on the same level. Unless you're some type of ultimate hacker gods.
Yeah, well,
but anyway, so you can see how complex some of it. So I'm just going to start going through some functionality. I don't know how much time we have. I don't want to bore anybody.
No, we're good. We're good. Let's take a look at what you got. So we've got your package. It's looking good right now. We're not seeing a ton of lag.
Once I start moving, so I just hit one button and I turned into a drone.
Got it. Yeah, that's great. That's part of the Unreal Engine's built-in functionality as well. Being able to.
The drone. We actually jacked this drone out of a demonstration project. So, but we made it our own in the sense that it's not. It's built in, but I just hit another button. I'm going to cancel. But if you want to do EOS, right, you can find a session, create a session, and everybody knows what EOS is. So I'll cancel out of EOS. I'm going to go back to Blink is another thing that we did. I tried it this morning. I think in this package version it's broke. But with a world that's so big, kind of like being a Google Earth user, you just want to Google Tokyo and go see or Google Maps. I'm a old school Google Earth guy, but if you want to go to Tokyo and see the 3D buildings or whatever, to fly there or walk there as a character is lame. So I think this is broken right now in this package version. I have no idea. This is a debug version. I just grabbed the first exe that I found in this.
Oh yeah, so you could jump to like Berlin or something from here, Detroit.
Yeah.
Okay.
It didn't work earlier. Maybe it'll work now. I'm not going to get emotional. Anyway, so
here we go.
I'm just going through the. So another thing, if you wanted to get specific, like you want to go to specific GPS coordinates and a height off the ground, you can tell this interface what 3-axis of the world you want to go to, right? Specifically, so you could have a lat long and a height, and you could land on top of a building roof in a blink.
I love it.
So anyway, let's get to some real. So I'm just going down the keyboard and hitting. So okay, I'm turning off HUD on and off. With that, I'm going to leave it on. What's this do? And this is all before we even really get. I'm just going over kind of the HUD.
Yeah.
My point being is it's overly complicated by nature. Oh, turn the fog on and off.
Cool.
Fog? You want fog? No, I don't want fog.
Cool.
Whatever.
Atmospheric effect.
Yeah, this is a camera debug, right? It's probably why this project is so laggy.
I see.
We got debug turned on.
Gotcha.
I can pop my mouse in and out. Sometimes that's needed.
Yeah, so you can move around a little easier.
Something, yeah, right. So, but all this code, right? None of this is default stuff, right? Like, turn that view. What is this? Oh, this is a debug thing. So, as 3D map tiles get better and more open source, OpenStreetMap data formats are accurized. There's metadata sometimes, even in the 3D data that's, just a block of a building, right? So we developed a system where you can use like a laser pointer type thing in the game, point to a building, or in the simulation, it's not a game, right? And you can pull the metadata out of it, right? Who was the architect? Who built it? What year?
What year? Sure.
So
when it was completed, that's very cool. So it could be you could use that type of functionality to kind of teach people about their surroundings or history of buildings and that sort of thing.
So hopefully I can redo this. I don't want to necessarily. I think mouse wheel changes the sun.
Gotcha.
I haven't played this in a very long time, but maybe this way.
So we're changing the sort of time of day.
Yeah. Oh.
Moment.
Oh, I might have crashed it. That's cool.
Cool.
Oh no, I didn't. I did. We'll run it. So now, all right. I'm not going to do too much more whatever, but just a reminder, right? This is all code base that we aim to give to the members of this community.
And we can work on it together, making it.
And Sarla, I'll show you some cyber physical robotic stuff, probably offline. But so anyway, I'm just gonna start running around. There's a bunch of other stuff that we can do. I'll do some Tony Stark stuff.
Yeah, there you go.
But
what street are we winding down right now?
This is 9 Mile, and this is Mound.
9 Mile and Mound. Okay.
So
gotcha.
Detroit's down this way.
Yonder, yeah.
Skyline down there.
I love it. Yeah, there she blows. There she blows.
All right, we'll be down in a hometown, but none of this really would have happened without Chrysler and unbeknowingly to Chrysler and a chance meeting I had with a guy that did their LiDAR scans for their factory floor. And none of this project or none of this funding would have happened without a chance meeting with Chrysler and Heiko from Epic Games, and wanting to get into the use cases, the many possible use cases of Unreal Engine in the automotive industry.
Yeah.
So, originally the reason we got funding is we had over 1 terabyte of factory LiDAR data that we picked up in one meeting, right? We have Warren Stamping plant and another couple Chrysler plants of data. But I mean, this guy has volumes. When we met with him, he had a whole tray of hard drives, right? He's like, what do you want? This, that, right? Like whatever. And this was all NDA. So at the time we got it, it was already last year's floor plan.
Yeah, sure.
But anyway, let's.
It has every detail of the plant that you would need to be able to reconstruct it in a virtual.
Yeah. So what we did right here, I hate that. I'm going to try to turn that. I'm not going to worry about that. I think it's this button. Turn that off. Sorry, everybody. Probably should have practiced. I'm just trying to turn off the little green dot on my head.
Oh, okay. That's your pointer.
Yeah, for the other tool that I'm not going to use. But so one of our hard surface model, Bradley, did the model of the outside. Come on, open up the door.
All right, we're in. No, we're not.
No, I'm not. I'm just going to jump out. Oh, we are in. So that was weird.
Okay. All right.
So I'll just go back in. Now I'll act normal. Go on the ground.
All right.
So we made the outdoor model, but and some other data, but
I see.
All this information was scanned by a 3D scanner.
Look at that. So that's all LiDAR.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Hey, little robot friend. Bye.
Oh, where you going, fella?
I'm gonna do my walk speed just right. But
That's great. That's great.
So part of the use case for the factory floor, right? And there's a lot of automotive use cases, from sales configurators, and they're even starting to do sculpting of actual designs and getting away from clay.
Yeah.
Even that little caution tape on the floor, like the floor that you're looking at is not LiDAR, but that caution thing, I edited all the LiDAR. I tried to get as much noise out as I could, right? But if I could find a gem like that little caution tape, like, or that caution thing, I just kept it, right?
I love that.
So I'll try to think what I can do. We'll walk around here a little bit. But so one of the use cases that they use for LiDAR data is every year they have new machines or new plant layouts, and they draw everything in CAD, but sometimes they realize that a pipe may intersect or have some other issue, you know what I mean? So having a 3D spatial rendering of what it was, what they want it to be, they can how they used to find problems before is they would design the plan, design the model, reference it, think they were good, go get all the parts, go build it in the real world, and then they run into a problem like we got to cut that and move that, and it actually slows them down from setting up their next year's tooling, right? When they change between make model years. So the guys that we were working with at Chrysler were very passionate about that. Unfortunately, when we started this project, they were FCA Chrysler, and we were working with the guys in Michigan, part of the Chrysler team. And then Stellantis bought Fiat Chrysler. So there was a shuffling of hands and job titles, and the guy that was targeted to do this and collaborating with us, he got popped, and some new guy took over. And like ships in the night, man, we were right there at that time, at the dawn of the industry, the dawn of the fourth industrial revolution, and whatever. Let me get to some fun stuff. So obviously running that fast is psychotic.
That's very cool, though.
You can see the door models, right? Yeah, I love even here just the details of LiDAR. I think this is the one. You can actually see. No, this isn't the one. Another cool thing that we did, it doesn't look like much on the screen per se, but in a cesium 3D globe of the world, they stream tiles into the level, right, based on a certain vantage point that you set, right? And they automatically apply collision to the map tiles, right? And not to the 3D buildings. You have to build that yourself.
You do that yourself.
But we had a problem here where what the hell you want to do when you want to go in a basement?
Yeah, sure.
Right? So this is some weird stuff in our code base where how do you go underground?
Yeah, how do you go?
In a world that has collision on every surface that you
made,
right?
Yeah.
So we had to, I'm not going to go into the details of it, but this was some significant time and money and beating of heads against the wall just to be able to walk down those stairs and go into a basement.
That probably cost you, probably 100 G's just to
and probably some staff employee fights, right? Because we also work in the tier 1 cellular construction industry and build network and infrastructure for a living. So we all speak pretty strongly to each other, and there's probably some curse words and threats of violence towards each other. But we're friends, and we're friends in a weird way, right? Not real violence, but strong talk and angry fights. because
Very
we had
foreign language.
I put it down. I was like, well, if we can't go underground and do in a basement, then we suck as developers and we don't deserve this mega grant, and you know, whatever.
It.
So
But you got it done.
Yeah, it's simple. You just think it's easier built in, but that shit does not exist.
Yeah,
that did not exist.
That did not exist. So, so you know, there's a lot. What I'm picking up from, at least what we've seen so far, is sure, Unreal Engine comes with a lot of tools built in, and we're using them to the best of our abilities. But there's a lot of things that if you're going to build complex, interactive, immersive environments in Unreal Engine, you're going to have to, looks like, get your hands a little dirty and build some things from scratch if you really wanted to do exactly what you wanted to do.
Yeah, I mean, if you're trying to recreate the world, right, and keep it somewhat for performant, trying to keep it around 60 frames per second, there's some heavy challenges with that that come along with that. And there's been, I don't think there's been, I mean, at least at the time we were doing this, there was no, even though you could bring in cesium tiles and have the whole world in your project, I'm still not really aptly aware of anything that, like an open game that's shipping, whatever. So here's some fun stuff. So do I want to, I don't want to exit. So what are these blinky lights doing? You guys want to read the manual?
I mean, sure. Why not?
I mean, if this is a joke, I set you up for a joke, but this is just an example. So one of the problems that we heard about some of the guys at Press, there's a bunch of union guys, right? That know the safety shutdown of a particular machine.
Okay, gotcha.
And if there's ever an accident or an incident, he may or may not be on shift. And sometimes if they have to do an emergency shutdown, and the only guy that has this institutional knowledge is in bed, they actually go race to that guy's house and pull him out of bed and drag him to the factory. And I don't want to be gruesome or anything like that, but stamping plant accidents normally involve life and limb.
Yep.
I've
heard all about them. Yeah.
So, and one of the things that we wanted to do, and this is not a solution per se, but this was, hey, we listened to you in the meeting, right? But I'm just gonna, where's that manual button? Press a button to read the manual. Keep scrolling. It's the end of the scroll, right? So, but if you wanted to have an actual manual documentation, we're just showing you, hey, you can do that, right? Yeah. If you want to pop up a PDF or a video or anything on how to safely shut down this machine in an emergency, so there's utility to it, right? Just for that one button. That's very cool. Let's see, what's this button do? I'll do this one. No, I don't want to read the manual. No, not yet.
Oh, look at that! There's something going on in the background. What are you doing?
I started the press, man.
Oh, that's what you did.
Got to make the money, man. You got to make them doors or whatever.
Don't get your arm caught in that thing. Look at that. So what I'm picking up from this part of the presentation is there's a Kevin.
Yeah,
wants to get in.
It's one of my guys. He's working, but I told everybody I'm off now.
Okay, fair enough.
Till after I'm done hanging out with my Unreal Engine new friends and old friends.
We gotta catch up with you later, Kay.
I'm just sharing everybody what we're going to give away, right?
Yeah. So but you can build in. Not only are you trying to represent a space accurately, but you can also build in some learning educational tools, interactive capabilities that then turn this virtual space into now a learning space or a training space.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's part of the part of the I just call it the digital twin now, but the part of the draw of the original vision of the metaverse to me was a single 3D interface that can assist you with work and play, training, education, um, sightseeing, whatever. So obviously we just cleared out the press. What else we can do in here? That's the exit button. What do we got here? We slid them out. We're not going to run there. We did the manual. We cycled the gates. All right, let's get out of here. Work sucks. I hate working at a factory.
Factory work is tough, man. It's tough.
So, all right, so let's do some other nerd stuff. So there's another simulation. I mean, there's a bunch of other gems in this project, or I mean, just in this particular sub level of the factory. But Chrysler data in Unreal Engine. I'm gonna blast through. Okay, I blasted through that collision. But my main bread and butter in history is in the cellular industry, and kind of on that work training simulator stuff. What we're about to walk up to now is a close approximation of a naked T-Mobile cabinet. Obviously, the cabinet structure is different, but some of the parts that we have here, there's let me pop.
Did you move? So wait a minute. Did you move? I think we got a frozen screen.
Let me exit it.
Did you move?
What are you looking at?
So I'm staring at the control panel where we just were for the stamping plant.
No, I'm outside.
Okay, so I'm seeing. Okay,
I ran 1,000,000 miles an hour to a cell site.
Gotcha. I think we're behind you. I don't think we're getting that image.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, what do I do?
On my view, maybe we get some user feedback. On my view of the Bevy page, I'm standing at a cell tower, and there's a green light blinking over the simulator.
Yeah, let's see what the. So you see.
Okay. Michael says he sees a cell tower, so right. you got the lag.
Yep. Looks like I'm lagging. All right, fair enough.
Well, hopefully it doesn't lag out in the recording or whatnot. But yeah. I'll take a quick break. Sarla, Michael, again, thank you for coming. I'm sad that we can't talk to you right now. We will work on that, or we'll change platforms. We want this to be open for everybody and super friendly. And so, but I'll take a quick pause. If anybody has any questions or comments or concerns, somebody wants to call me a dirty name, my feelings won't get hurt. So let me have it. Good, bad, ugly. So Janny left. He's coming right back. We'll give him a quick pause. I don't know if there's any interest or excitement about what you're seeing. Either way, yes or no, we thank you for coming and hanging out with us today. Again, this event has zero production, zero effort, zero promotion. We just really wanted to break the ice, see who showed up. We didn't share any social links. The only people, we didn't even post this in the Discord, our official Discord. We put it on the Bevy page or the Unreal Engine community page and also the meetup, and that's it. Future events, probably, especially, you're going to be able to do whatever you want with it, Michael. We hope that the people that we give it to, we want them. I haven't figured out the thing, how to do it. The spirit and nature of this is to give this away, to let anybody in our community take the code apart, learn, reuse a module, put their logo on it and seek funding, whatever really, We do hope, though, I mean, kind of the rules are going to be you're going to have to be a member of the community, I think, and be vetted for some portion of it, right? Meaning, like, if we give a developer access to a hosted uh, source control, right? Before you add something for a level that you made or whatever, we're gonna look at your code and we're gonna make sure it's not malicious. But we hope that some people will contribute to the project. Kind of like how people do now. A lot of people in Hollywood contribute functionality to the Unreal Engine for their virtual productions. And sometimes they make a plugin and give it to the community. Sometimes they just share it amongst their friends and people. But people working on it would be doing. Yeah. We're not trying to charge nobody to join the posse. You know what I mean? Do you have the passion? Do you have the know-how, or do you have the interest and want to learn? Even if you're new on your journey, we're old telecom phone network hackers, and Janny's a old developer type brain. So we really learn best by taking things apart. You know what I mean? So part of how does it work, right? So that's really kind of the intrinsic value that we want to share, right, with the right people, with the right souls. I mean, I don't want this to go to the CCP. You know what I mean? At least not right now. I have nothing,
not yet. I mean, depends on it.
I have nothing against Chinese or China. I just don't like the communist government, right? Like,
you gotta watch out.
I don't like the suppression, right?
Yeah, but I think too, what I'm getting from both Michael and Sarla is they want to learn. They want to, but they don't want to do work for corporations where they do all of our work for free, I guess is what I'm thinking of.
Oh, I didn't know. Yeah.
A lot of folks have been talking to me about that too.
Not a corporation, bro. This project, believe it or not, was done by 2 people and an artist. The only reason my other partner is not here right now is because he's working. Right. And I'm supposed to be working. I was just like, I got a hard cut at 2:00. Bye.
Yeah, I think so there's
I'm going to answer. So if GM were to take GM already uses Unreal Engine, right? They use it for the infotainment for the Hummer and the Cadillac. They use it for modeling. I have a friend, Poker. Actually, he did one of the presses for us in there. So actually, no, I take that back. 2 developers, a hard model artist, and an automotive designer built this project, right? And the automotive designer and the modeler made models and assets. They didn't do any of the code or make the functionality or make this whole behemoth work. But yeah, if GM were to use this project, I don't see how they could use it for profit.
Without building a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, but right? they're going to be in our source control, right? And if they were to join and use our source control, I mean, I think they could learn and maybe develop something separately for profit. But our goal is, or if they do find intrinsic value, like corporate users, again, this is all imaginary, in my head. We haven't thought it out, and that's why we need people like you, Michael and Sarla, to ask these questions, right? Yeah. There would be some payment or a kind of, I almost think we should adopt the Tim Sweeney Unreal Engine model, in the sense of like, sure, it's free to use, but there's a royalty. You know what I mean? And even if you look at the Unreal Engine licenses very deeply, which I have had to do, there's custom user end user licenses and developer licenses. there, the most common one that everybody gets defaulted to is, you can do whatever the hell you want with Unreal Engine until you make $1 million,
Yeah.
and then you owe us some money, right?
By the way, neither of us works for Epic Games.
Yeah.
I don't work for Epic Games. Tolly doesn't work for Epic Games.
Yeah, no, we're completely
totally
independent. The community is completely independent, and while I use my tier 1 cellular and T-Mobile paychecks and dividends that I get for working 80 hours a week on an annual basis for a small company, right? I'm an owner of a small company, or not anymore, but
it's not small anymore. But still,
we're independent business, right? Like small guys that I just reinvest my dividends into, or I used to invest aggressively into our Unreal Engine development journey, and then got lucky enough that I caught somebody's eye in Unreal Engine, and they hooked it up a mega grant, right? So we got some Unreal Engine subsidies, but there's no direct relationship with the engine. Other than the community group and normal stuff, right? But
from my perspective, I'm coming in to this project as on the artistic side. So unlike Tali and the rest of his team, I have not been working on this project for the last three and a half years. I've been watching them do it, and he's been giving me some peeks into what he and his team have been building. Tons of models, tons of interactivity into this virtual world. And it's been giving me lots of ideas on what I could do to help contribute to it. If I think about it so this is supposed to be an open source digital twin. So if we think about it as a piece of open source code, what we do as open source contributors is that we can use the code for whatever we want, but we can't go ahead and monetize it without express permission from the people who have been building this thing all of this.
Yeah, I don't necessarily, and we're really a mirror of the rules and regulations of Unreal Engine, I think, right? Like making a porn game is against the agreement, right? With or the free agreement. But if you want to make porn with Unreal Engine, you can disclose your intent and buy a license, and pay for your stuff, and nobody wants to talk to you, and go do that. Go do that. I don't even know if Tim would take your money, to be honest with you. I just know that that's one of the things he doesn't want done with his baby, right?
Yeah. Fair.
And so, but if you go make $1 million, then come to Papa, right? Like, chop some of that off, right? It's fair and reasonable, right? So we kind of we're not trying to rewrite the rule book or have a power grab. We're just kind of going to extend, Unreal Engine's free to use. This code base is free to use. You make your own sub level. It could be your house. It could be another city. Mm-hmm. But then there could be whole economic systems that happen in that place, buy, sell, concerts that will, when we get down to downtown, I'll show you a concert, right? Because we had to demonstrate. I'm just showing you guys kind of work related stuff right now.
Yeah.
But there's some fun in this project too, right?
Yeah,
or at least hints of potential. And again, this is all 3 years ago, right? We walked away, right? I still got all the source code. We want to give it away and get more active users. But we did, a few years of dev sprints under funding. And now, so whatever. This is a naked cabinet of T-Mobile. And each one of these things is called the AMA shelf, and it's manufactured by Nokia. This is a Nokia router, and each one of these ports are capable of 100 gig, but we currently only use 10 gig SFP, so it's a fiber optic router down here. And this is a Ericsson microwave. So we've got Nokia, and Ericsson parts here, but this is all empty in default. So I'm just going to start see, what do I want to put in here? I think that's the MPU. So let me go over here. Where's my mouse at? Let me go X. Yeah. MMU is the modem, so I'm going to put the modem right there, right?
Oh, I see. Yeah, there you go.
What this part does, and so we made a training. A lot of people, all this type of cellular equipment is configured what we call them scripts, and they're text files of Linux commands, right? Because all these systems, subsystems, kind of run on Linux, so you can set up a script file that programs each module where the expected card is supposed to be, what it's doing, what frequency it's on, all these things that if you manually did would be ripe for error and misconfiguration, right? But a lot of people in the field, especially when we started this simulation portion of this project, was even before the mega grant. We just stuck it back in here. The rush to 5G is kind of old news now, right? Like everybody's got 5G. But when we first started this, 5G was brand new. And there was a shortage of human resources that knew how to lay out a cabinet, let alone program it. So we made it's kind of kindergarten now, but like, okay, so I put the modem card in there. Now I'm going to put the node processing unit, which is basically, what did I do? Oh, good, I didn't crash it.
Good.
Or did I? I think I hit the exit button.
All right, here we go.
All right. X. So now the node processing unit is basically where you put the 10 gig SFPs and connect it to the router above it, right? Okay. But I'm missing a power supply. So here, let me put a power supply in this thing. And that goes right there. Now I have a functioning Ericsson microwave, right? I just need to put the fibers in it, the SFPs, and the LMR coax cable up to the antennas on the top of the tower, right? But that's
okay. Gotcha.
This stuff over here is actually I'll start with the 5G. I just hit like something, and it's like, that doesn't go there, and it's like little. I don't know if you guys could hear the error sounds.
Yeah, I missed the error sound.
Let's see. So all these words over here are acronyms for a particular type of card. So I think the ASICs are the 5G. Yeah, I did it right. I know my stuff. So this is called the baseband card, and this is basically the brain, the brain of the 5G radios on top of the tower. Yeah, they have to talk to this guy, and then the baseband card also talks to the top side, and also is the interface that takes the RF energy from top, converts it to fiber. So electrons, photons, and then back to electrons, or even a different photonic interface, fiber optic interface, back into the router. Sorry to bore you guys. This is my day job. But anyway, so, okay, ASIC card goes there. ASIC card goes here. And I think it's the ABIC. I could be wrong. Yep, I'm wrong.
What's the ABIC?
It's another type of card interface, and I'll show you as soon as maybe it's the Able. Yeah, there we go. So I'm going to put my Ables on top of my 5G rack real quick, and then I'll tell a story. I think this side only gets 2 Ables.
It's like a game.
Yeah, I mean, it's a training simulator. Yeah, so this side only gets 2. So this is so when T-Mobile bought Sprint, right, this left side of the shelf over here was the frequencies that T-Mobile had for 5G. When they bought Sprint had much more spectrum than T-Mobile, and that's why they wanted to buy them, plain and simple. So this top rack is 5G in the T-Mobile cabinet, and so all these ports here have fiber connectivity that run up to the top of the tower, And they basically have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. This rack supports 20, up to 20 radios, topside, 20 5G radios, and then interconnects through the back plane of the shelf, right, to this thing. And these are the big, heavy, we run solid copper wires to these things, 48-volt power plant. And then these fiber interfaces connect to the router, and that's how you get your cell phone. That's how you get your 5G calls.
There you go. That's how my cell phone works.
And I want this is an LTE cabinet, so you guys get it. I don't need to spend the time here, but you got a microwave radio, a Nokia router, 5G and 4G and 3G technologies that are all have to be configured a certain way and plumbed up to the top, and that's how you build a cell tower. But like I said, there was a real shortage in the early days of 5G. There was a shortage of personnel and human resources that knew where to put things. So we just made its trainer for our crew. Like if you could, if in 30 seconds you could play this video game, like, okay, yeah, I trust you to go out to the site and build it like that, right? You pass the test. Right? So
I like it.
That's you too. Yeah.
But it seems like a great another use of the Unreal Engine to be able to help in the educational space, but it's also a great use of the virtual twin, the digital twin, which allows you to take that training and put it into context. So someone can see what it's like putting together a box like that, like actually standing in. It's a much more effective way to learn than trying to read it in a book.
Right. Yeah, and while manuals and tutorials are always great, I don't know if it's just because I'm a simple-minded dude, but like hands-on, tactical, take it apart, broke it, get a new one, take it apart, break it, fix it, right? Learn how it works. That's how I learn. So, all right, let's get to some more. Let's get to some more fun stuff. Let's head downtown, and because this is really, I think this is really where more of the community is going to kind of come in, or the average people. I don't think. I mean, Sarah's into robotics and automotive and industrial, cyber physical stuff like me. But I think the majority of people are going to. I'm going the wrong way. Are going to be more aimed at, see up there on the top where I'm going 134 miles an hour right now, and it says over speed, levels may not load.
Levels may not load. That's right. Keep pushing.
Right. See if I can go faster.
So we're flying down. Let's see. To be right. So we're heading.
So Mound was over to the left. So we're probably like somewhere between Mound and Van Dyke or whatever.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
It's probably 8 Mile Road. And there's some train tracks coming up, I believe.
I love that.
Or what road is that? What's that say? We'll go see what it says on the map.
Yeah, let's go fly down there. Let's see if Neo can take a look.
Conant.
There we go. Let's see if we can fly Gardens.
I guess I was flying about 130 miles an hour. I was like, we're at Conant already?
Where is Slum Village, man, when you need it?
We're at Conant. T3, man. Rest in peace, bro.
Rest in peace.
I got a funny Batin story. One time at St. Andrews, 3 floors of fun on the hip hop floor. Yeah. I used to step in and represent all the time, right? And but I had severed my Achilles tendon, and I had a cast on, and I had crutches, and I had spray painted them up with like baby blue Krylon and pink, like graffiti colors, right? Like I painted them up, and I was standing in the circle, watching everybody dance. Obviously, I was crippled up and able to move, and Batin walked up to me and just with like pure silence and sign language, right? He was a rapper and a dancer, but he's also
He's like spiritual bro, though.
a very spiritual bro. And he just came up with me in my essence. Our eyes met. He looked at me. He looked at my crutches, and he didn't even need to speak. He asked me without saying, "Is like, can I borrow your crutches for a minute?" Right? And I was like, "Bless up, Batim. Like, here you go, dude." And he took my crutches in the middle of the dance circle at St. Andrews and was like windmilling and doing flips and grabbing his nuts and doing all this crazy shit with my crutches. And then when he was done, he just came back to me and was like, "Here you go." You know, didn't even say nothing, just handed him back. And I was like, Batim, my man.
You were part of that.
Rest in peace, bro.
You are part of Slum Village history.
So 75, right?
Look at that.
There's a bunch of stuff, right? You can turn on these different layers and markers and different things in the project. But I mean, I fantasize about a team that just they love bridges, right? Okay. Well, let's redesign the overpasses.
Yeah, redo
or get a template. A lot of maybe 1 out of 10, or or a lot of them are similar. So maybe if we make one type of or 5 different type of overpasses that we find in Detroit, we can make this a better model.
Yeah, it's what's great is that the spatial data is there. We've got the scale there. You've got also already lots of buildings showing up.
Yeah. And they're going to get...
It's a great canvas to be able to start rebuild the neighborhood where I grew up. I could go there on this map and start working on it, right? Putting in the houses and putting
and that's really been kind of the goal too. I know so many artists around the world and even Detroit that they make 3D models, right? I know a guy that's got a farm and he makes his houses in his neighborhood, right? Yeah. He's got his whole neighborhood done beautifully, right?
That's awesome.
But he doesn't have all this.
Yeah, right? We need to take his work, put it in here.
Exactly.
We've got a question from Sarah. She makes a good point. She just wants to learn Unreal Engine. She wants to just get involved.
Yeah. You're in the right place. It's probably going to be a little bit slower than maybe desirable, but we definitely encourage you. Unreal Engine has what they call a learning path, right? If you root around, and I'll put my email in the thread. Let me come out here. X. I thought I was doing it. There we go.
There it is. Here, I'll throw mine in there too.
Did I crash it? No, there we go.
That's my personal email.
If you're here, you're involved.
Yes, you made it.
That's how we
got here. You did it. You made the first step. You got in there. Congratulations.
But to be, to go to the next level, I don't know, and we'll have to talk, right? We can talk offline and exchange contact information. But I kind of like to assess where you are currently on your learning journey. And we can recommend, there's two sources that I find highly reliable in learning. One of them obviously is straight from Unreal Engine, where they call it a learning path. So somewhere in your Unreal Engine account, right, you can find something, find a menu and set up your learning path, and you can put some presets in there, like you want to go more virtual production, or you're more cyber physical, robotics, or just game dev, which all has, intrinsic value one knowledge, right? If you set up a level or do a thing and use the modeling tools native inside of the engine, right? Those are all things that get you to the journey, right? And we commonly share open knowledge, right? Like, simple things that took me. It's embarrassing how many Unreal Engine projects that I built originally in the editor, right? You download the Unreal Engine launcher and start a game, and it's a nightmare to package it into an exe, and you're squashing bugs. Then even if you get it the package, and you're like, well, how do I do multiplayer? Right?
Sure. You got
there's all sorts of multiplayer prerequisites that aren't necessarily built in. There's no easy button, right? But even to make an Unreal Engine project multiplayer, you have to compile the engine from source code. It's not available. You can't, and unless something's changed in the last couple of years, because I kind of took a hiatus, but we're ready to get hot and heavy and start putting money and time back into this project and supporting others and commercial work for hire and networking people, right? If you whatever. But to answer your question, the Unreal Engine learning path is exquisite because it's right from the horse's mouth, right? You're not going to get anything better than learning Unreal from Unreal. But a lot of it's painful and time consuming, and it takes, to be a subject matter and expertise in anything, even if it's flying kites. There's a rule of metric is you got to spend 10,000 hours to be an expert in something.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
So every day that you load a project and do a thing or try an interface or move a button or add a model to a thing and whatnot. Build the button. It's all marching towards your 10,000 plus hours of practice and study.
And for me, Sarah Love, my experience with Unreal is, Tali showed me parts of this project and started talking to me about getting into the Unreal Engine literally 4 years ago, and I come from a software background. I'm a UX designer. I write JavaScript and HTML, CSS. I do object-oriented code, right? So I know computers, I know code, and so. But even with all of that knowledge, trying to pick up 3D modeling, hard surface modeling, organic modeling, vertices, like all of that stuff, animation, rigging, all of that stuff, you need help with. You could try to, some people can pick that stuff up on their own. Tali and his team, a lot of these guys taught themselves this stuff in their
Straight
own.
up.
For me, I had to actually go back to school. So I went back to school for 2.5 years to study game art and development. And I got a degree in the practice. And so I took classes in Unreal Engine, in Maya, in Mudbox, in animation, in modeling, in character design. And each one of those classes got me closer. And so for those people who maybe find it hard to learn by yourself, that's where we come in. That's where the community comes in. We can give you the hints and tips you need to maybe get you out of a rut, or even just point you in the right direction and get you started, like Tali just said.
Amen. Amen.
When you can start with what Unreal has to show you, that's really a great place to begin your learning journey.
Another, there's that taught me a lot about multiplayer. And so I'll give credit where credit is due. He's called Druid Mechanics. And back in the day when I started taking his classes, I was just buying them off of his website or whatnot. But I think he has a Patreon now, like most people. But Druid Mechanics, dude, that dude's legit. Stephen something, I don't know his last name, but I can see it, but I can't pronounce it. But it's like, Stephen Uroli or something like that. But Druid Mechanic, Google Druid Mechanic, and He's legit. And I'll always recommend a bunch of people. I mean, there's a lot of great teachers from, Blender community, um, and the Unreal Engine community, and that's the great thing of open source. They make content that is meaningful. You just have to weed through it and be like, you have to ask yourself first, what the hell am I trying to do? What do I want to learn? Because there's so many jobs. I mean, there's people in the game development that just do lighting. There's people in game engines that just do optimization, right? There's people in the game industry that just do models, and then there's generalists, and then there's specialists. And so the hardest part of finding your path is asking yourself the hard question is what the hell you're trying to do in the first place, and then start marching towards that, right?
And it sounds like oh, that's great. So she's in the simulations. That's great. We could start there.
That's bravo.
You can do. Yeah, you did it. You did the second step.
Me too, if you haven't noticed. So pizza. All right.
Pizza. There it is.
This is another. This is not a model. This is another LiDAR scan. The other one, the reason this is in the project is this is a different context or a different use case. In the factory LiDAR, we were scanning the inside of something for industrial use cases and design flow, right? This was literally captured by a drone, right? So somebody that I know with a LiDAR drone flew some portions of downtown, gave me the files. Guess up where they ended.
Yep.
Exactly where they are in the earth. You know what I mean? I took their files that they scanned and stuck them right there where they are in the real world.
That's awesome.
And so
that's quite a workflow.
So anyway, that's
look at her. There she is. We got about we're about it's about 2:14. We're about 15 minutes over.
Well, this will be quick. Or unless I could save the entertainment stuff for another day.
Fair enough. We do got more time. We got shows to do. This is great, though, that we had a chance to actually look at the real deal. You've got the open source digital twin of Detroit, and we're looking at it right now.
And here, I'll say this right now. So as you can see, there's a lot of blocks. And a lot of oops, I ran into a wall.
It's okay. It's okay. You didn't break.
So this is
look at that.
So here, I'm going to do something. I think this is the right place. Yeah. So this building right here that I'm standing or floating on top of is a building called 1001.
1001, there she is.
I have some strong history here. The building sits at the corner of Michigan and Woodward, and it's that corner of Michigan and Woodward is actually where the mile roads are measured.
I did not know that. Right? That's ground zero for the mile roads.
Yeah, ground zero. They literally had a spike in the ground in the 1700s or whatever when they were mapping out the city. Anyway, aside from that history, awesome. I'm going to pop my mouse out real quick. So this was 3 years ago, and some of these are kit bashed stupid models from Marketplace, and they were just close approximations or whatever.
Right, yeah.
But I'm gonna clock out of this real quick. Well, I'm just gonna do a quick tour, and then I'm gonna show you what the future holds, right? Because we've already been investing time, effort, and money into what the future is going to hold. But if anybody spent much time of their life in music or as a kid in Detroit, we've all know and love Hart Plaza.
There it is.
It's not great. We want to redo some of these old models. Some of these are 6-7 years old, but there's a Techno Fest that happens in Detroit every year. That's without going into details. I was there from damn near the start.
We both were.
changed hands and done a lot of things, and I've been employed. I've been a patron. I've been a sponsor, but and again, this is not realistic as far as whatever. But we got a little smoke going, a couple lasers. Oh, what did I do? I broke something.
Oh, we're backstage. Oh, there we go.
All right. So I guess I'll be a gentleman and walk in.
You walk into the front. I know my VIP.
Instead of trying to spaz out or whatever I was doing. But
there it
two
is.
Two of my favorite synthesizers, the Sequential Circuits Pro 1.
Look at that.
Just had to have it, right?
That's awesome, right there on the stage.
Let me turn the light. Oh yeah, get some mood light going.
There we go. That's the nighttime.
Look
at that. Yeah.
Anyway,
kick that butt.
But all right, I'm gonna purposely crash the program this time. Again, this is a package thing. All this source code exists.
Yeah.
But But anyway, so that one building that I was flying over my old headquarters. But I'm gonna pull this.
Oh yeah, let's take a look at it.
Yeah, and this will be the. Let's see, go here full screen. So while all that was placeholder and goofiness, the real simulation models that we do now are, accurate to signage and
there it is.
Doors and scales and door handles, and parking lot structures and whatever. So my old office used to be on the 15th floor of this building. And Sarla, where do you work at? I know I remember glancing at least you had some automotive history. And are you Vallejo, right? Okay. That's so cool. I'm going to show one more model that kind of starts to put what I want the community to start helping with. Can I just exit from here? I love it. I just accidentally popped up the shell command. I stay close to the shell. I just saw a little terminal window. When I throw an exit command at that, boom, shut her down. Because I literally can't remember the buttons of this thing. But
I love it.
We'll show another model, and again, sorry to the people that did come, because we're probably going to be regurgitating quite a bit of these demonstrations.
It's all right. We got about another 10 minutes.
Yeah. I don't think I need it. I'm just going to do one more model. Open, recent. Sure, we'll do the Rensen. Booyah.
There it is. The GM building.
Yep. No, here, let me go. Where's my menu? There we go. But this is a pretty huge undertaking from our in-house hard surface guy. He's a wizard. But you can, I'm going to get down low. Let's see here. Let me try. I'm just trying to find something. So there's like little drains on certain parts of the roof and lighting and fixtures that he did this all by eye.
But he just looked at it?
He just looked at pictures of the Rensen in the area and pictures and modeled this, in 30 days.
Wow.
And he's available. We want to put him for hire, right?
Yes, okay.
So if you have any models that you need to tell your story, right?
He's building it.
We have a highly gifted guy that,
Love that.
Loves what he does. And, there's an underground techno project that I just told him, I was like, hey, tell us the museum, tell us where the address is. Do you have any plans or renderings? Let us know. We will visually create your
for you.
Yeah, we'll build it for you. Well, look at the details right here. Just even
on the roof,
drains and dome lights.
That's gorgeous.
And then we'll go back over. Let's see. Where's the Marriott door? Oh, that's the front door here. Let's take it around to the riverside. Right, there we go. There we go. There's the Marriott. And try to get in, but you can really, if I can control it enough, the door handles, the marble stone, everything, it's all there. And obviously this isn't a full render, right? That was just a viewpoint of it. Once you actually render it and put it in Unreal Engine and have the lighting right,
sure,
I assure you that these models are photorealistic when rendered properly. What I'm showing right now isn't proper rendered.
And we're looking at it in Blender too, right? This is Blender,
yeah. Which is a sister kind of thing with Unreal Engine. Unreal Engine donates to the development of the Blender Foundation to keep software like this free and open source and pushing it. But once you really get it in Unreal Engine with the right lighting and everything like that, it's
gorgeous.
It's amazing.
Well, we got a couple of minutes. Have you ever messed around with twin motion in Unreal?
Yeah, I have. Very early on, they gave Unreal Engine gave away kind of unlimited or like grandfathered access to twin motion.
Sure.
I've rendered quite a bit of stuff in there and had it. Depends on what you're trying to do. I know they've developed it and it's probably way more powerful than the last time I touched it. For me personally, being a UE5 guy or UE4 guy back then, it seemed to me it was like training wheels for architects and other people just to like render their stuff and look at it. I was like, why would I upload it there when I just bring it in the engine, right? What I want with it. So I just, but it definitely has its use cases. And again, I haven't used it in a couple years, but yeah, seriously powerful. And I know since they started deving it even further, it's only just gotten better and better and better.
Yeah. It's a great architectural program. It's great for architectural renderings. What I pick up is that Twinmotion exists as like an interface between old architectural software or legacy architectural software and the Unreal Engine. So you can kind of get the guts of the Unreal Engine without having to learn all of the new workflow and the new menus and stuff. I think it's just like a refurbished kind of streamlined version of the Unreal Engine, but for the architectural community. So it's interesting. They do some cool stuff with it. I wanted to bring it up though because we're talking about all these buildings, all these architectural renderings, getting architectural files into the Unreal Engine so that you can place them correctly. These are all workflow issues that we'll have to keep in mind as we learn more about working with the system.
For sure. What you're seeing right now is the traditional Unreal Engine, when you load your project, but because we built it from source code and whatnot, we went as far as changing the logos and, what was displayed on the load screen of the project. Oh, I just closed. That's on another computer. I forgot. I have a remote control to a remote. There we go.
There we go.
All right, let me go back to it.
Yeah, we got about another 4 minutes. I'm going to love to see what else we got here in the project. I'm glad we had a chance to show this to the community. I know I wanted to take a look at it in real time one more time. It's been a while since I've seen it, so it's good to see it now.
But here I'll do one more thing. So just our current levels right now. Berlin, Bermuda, downtown Detroit, Egypt.
Egypt.
The factory, the Grand Canyon, Japan, Los Angeles, Miami, and Pontiac, Illinois, which is a weird thing in Pontiac, Illinois. It's more stuff. I work in RF a lot, and it's really hard. We simulate RF coverage in decibel readings and different KPI of the technology stack, whatever LTE or 5G or Wi-Fi, right? It has its own key performance indicators. And so we plotted out a network, a government funded network that was self-interfering with itself. And they contacted my engineering team, my engineering team is me. And they contacted me for help through a referral from the radio manufacturer. And so we simulated their network and figured out where where everything was overlapping, and then we told them, turn this here, do that, tilt that, change your frequencies to this, and we fixed their network for the government. But so we just have that in it just had MetaFactory, right? The concept of it was a metaverse. So everybody's project or everybody's little thing or their hobby or their block or something that they're passionate about, that can be their level, right? Was kind of the vision. So
I love it. Yeah.
We tried to mix work and play. There's another version. I wanted to do the Shaolin Temple because, right, Kung Fu flicks, right? But
that would be fresh.
Welcome to the community. Thank you both, Sarla. And my man, did he fall out?
Yeah, he had to head out.
Okay.
But,
Michael's always around and first to show up and show love. So thank you guys for joining us.
Everybody
today.
For showing up to the first inaugural event. We'll be doing these once a month, so tune back in next month the same time, first Saturdays of every month. In the meantime, over the next few weeks, you got Tali and I's email address, so feel free to reach out to us on those channels. Check us out in the Discord, so go ahead and sign up for that. And we will be in touch with more.
And to the Unreal Engine community managers, we'll start promoting. we're gonna turn the heat up on the community group in this channel. So we'll see you soon. Oh, also, official news from the Unreal Engine community leaders, like Epic Games email address people. They are willing to provide swag for in-person events. They will provide some swag if we plan accordingly and get the numbers up right once we start promoting, and they'll also help us cover food and beverage costs. So when we do future real-world events with enough planning ahead of time, we'll be able to find a venue and provide some food and beverage to welcome you, and we look forward to meeting everybody face to face.
I love it. That sounds great.
Bye, everybody.
She's wondering what we got planned for those events. You know what? The in-person events, generally speaking, my current plan is to try to do one every quarter. So if you think about our production schedule for this programming, every month, every first Saturday, we meet to have this event online. But what we want to do is, let's in between, let's start talking to each other.
Anybody that's got venues or suggestions or whatever, we definitely need some additional local boots on the ground.
Spots.
My favorite place to do events in the past for small events was a coffee shop. Used to be called Urban Bean. Now it's called the Speaker Box.
Speaker Box. Go ahead to hang out with Josh. He'd love to have us over there.
Absolutely. And they have food and beverage and adult beverage, if that's your thing. And so we'll be talking to Unreal Engine about that. But anybody that's got an office or in a some sort of suitable room where we can get together, and we're probably going to do some stuff with the game developer. There's another Michigan game developer association group that we're friendly with. That we're going to start probably doing some cross promotions or talk to them again. We already cross promote. When we do promote, we're allowed to promote to their users, and they always, or for some time when our group was active, they would promote their stuff. But they have, they do common events where they have 50, 60, 100 people, right? So hopefully once Jenny and I continue this journey, right? Like, and you guys help us continue this journey. We're going to do some virtual events, right? Get to meet people. But once we get our numbers up and get our content going, we really want to get face to face with everybody and make it real.
So it's coming. It is coming. It is coming. More info as that develops. We'll make sure to keep everybody appraised as the real IRL events start coming into focus. But anyway, thank you, though, for everyone. Thank you, Tally Marcus, for bringing all this together. All your hard work so far is really impressive. Myself, the rest of the community, thank you for bringing us into your world. We're going to build something great together.
Yeah, make amazing things. That's an official Unreal statement. So, or a tagline, make amazing things.
I love it. Thanks, everyone.
Take care.